Uh-oh. Ready? Okay, good. First of all, I'd just like to thank everybody that really has shown their support for me and my family. I really appreciate the doctors and the way they handled it. They were ready to go right when I hit the hospital. We had the surgeon that did surgery on my neck last spring there. We had a plastic surgeon who stitched me up. Had Dr. Arnold checking other areas. So it was quite an amazing medical staff that they put together in such a short period of time. I'm very fortunate. I feel very lucky to be here and be in good health. You know, it was a situation where I don't remember a lot about exactly what happened, but I remember coming around the curve. I was noticing the sun was going to be in my eyes the rest of the way home, and then there got to a point where I was not going to be able to maneuver the turn. Seemed like 15 seconds where I said, oh no, here I go, and you know, went into the ditch. Right as I came off the pavement, I remember hitting the brakes and trying to lower the bike down, lay the bike down, and take a little leap. But and then I was fortunate when I did get up, was able to get up, get in the street. There was a car waiting there that said, hey, we'll take you to the hospital right now. And they actually brought me to a place where I met Lance King, our state trooper, and then he brought me to the hospital. And you know, like I said, I'm very fortunate to be here. Very fortunate to have great support from everybody throughout the state, and very happy for our football team, how they showed their support for me. So with that, I'll just open up for questions.
Do you feel humbled by this experience a little bit and everything that's gone on since then?
Yeah, certainly. You know, I enjoy going out and riding the bike. That's why I was just going out on a Sunday night after dinner, short ride. I had been in that area before, but I normally stopped at Elkins High School and turned around and came back, so I went a little further. But, you know, it's something that really, you know, puts a scare in you. I can't say that I'm not going to ride a motorcycle again, because I might do that. The ironic thing is we were sitting there in the kitchen, Becky and I had two helmets out, and I said, this one's going to be really heavy and hot. And then this one makes me look like a cone head. I think I'll just go with the hat. Obviously, bad call. We wouldn't have converted the third down.
Coach, what are the extent of your injuries? Do you have broken ribs? One report also had you with a cracked vertebrae.
Yeah, I have a C2 vertebrae that I don't know if it's cracked or broke, but it's on the outside, so it's not leaning towards the spine. So that's a really good thing. I have 4 broken ribs in my upper chest. It's the ribs that are up high, and the rest of it's just kind of beat up a little bit.
Were you wearing a helmet, and what kind of pain are you in now?
No, I was not wearing a helmet. I'm doing fine now. You know, I was able to get out this morning around, I think 11 o'clock, 11:30, somewhere in there. And the doctor said I could watch practice from the press box today, so I'm fortunate I get to do that.
Will you wear a helmet in the future?
I probably will, yeah, you know.
Coach, how did you end up again from the site? Was anybody with you at the site? And how did you get from the site of the accident to the hospital?
Well, when I came out of a ditch, there was a lady there that had flagged down a car, and the guy that was in the passenger seat said, get in, we'll just take you right to the hospital instead of waiting. And so I got in the car, and they headed towards Fayetteville. And in the meantime, my cell phone, I had a call from Lance King, so we set up a place to meet him, and then he brought me to the hospital. The first call I made was to Dr. Arnold to tell him I needed to get to the emergency room, and he was actually in Fort Smith but made all the arrangements for my arrival.
Where did you go? Which hospital?
To Specialty Hospital.
Physician specialty?
Yes, sir.
Off of Joyce?
Yes, sir.
Bobby, did the people who picked you up, did they have any idea who you were?
I didn't feel like they did, no. So, I don't know, they didn't talk like they did.
You never lost consciousness? I mean, what was going through your head?
Yeah, you know, I don't think I lost consciousness. I know when I was trying to get from the ground to my feet, you know, I was hard seeing, and I was definitely dinged a little bit.
What would you do
watching practice? Are you going to talk to the team on the field through the headsets? Or
Yeah, I'm going to observe just like I would if I was on the field for certain parts of the practice. I'll have a walkie-talkie up there in case I need to relay anything through Andy Wagner or Mark Robinson. But pretty much, Paul Haynes and Taver Johnson have spent the last couple days preparing for the practice, so they'll go out there and run it.
Are you on any kind of timetable as far as returning, full-time or coaching?
Oh, I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be up early tomorrow.
Bobby, why come back? Why not give yourself a couple more days?
Because I love coaching and love watching us practice and want to see our players improve. I met with our team right before we left. I said the number one thing we have to do as a football team this week is get better. Get better on an individual basis, being able to carry your technique over from individual drills to group drills to team drills. And we have to get tougher mentally. The last week's practices were hard because I'm not sure we've ever had heat like this in the month of May. So it challenged them with their conditioning and their mental toughness. So I want to see improvement from last week to this week in that area because it's still going to be hot and sunny out there.
Obviously, this is an unfortunate incident, but how confident are you in the staff and the team that they can build on each practice that you?
Oh, I'm very confident. I love our staff. I think they've done an excellent job. It's kind of, I guess, ironic that both Pauls came in together to get ready for the bowl game. I have complete confidence that anytime I step out of the room that they're running it just like it should be ran. I got here probably around 2:20, had a short meeting with John Fegg, and went around to all the meeting rooms, and everybody's in their meeting room getting after it, getting ready for practice.
What are your limitations right now?
Well, I probably wouldn't swing a golf club very well, but I don't know yet. I just was able to get the doctors to say I could come and watch practice from the press box, and we'll just go on day to day. I'll meet with them after practice.
Coach, is the neck brace, how long are you going to be wearing the neck brace? What is that for, and when do you anticipate it comes off?
It'll be 1 to 2 weeks. At first, he set up a meeting for 2 weeks or an appointment for 2 weeks, and then he said, "Well, let's bring you in Monday and see if we can see where you're at that point."
For the vertebrae?
Yes, sir.
Is this the first spill that you've had like this on a bike?
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of rules for players regarding motorcycles?
We don't. I talk to them all the time. I have a number of guys that have motorcycles, and of course, probably 60% of our team uses scooters to get from class to class. So it's something worth talking about, that's for sure.
The fan support has been really great as far as this goes. Worried about you. That has to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited for the way our fans have shown their support, and that's humbling too. That we have great fan support. I'm excited about it, and I appreciate everything they've done.
Mentally, do you feel like yourself?
Yeah, I don't think I have any brain damage, but that's yet to be seen. If I start not punting at all in the games or something, then we got a problem. But I feel great. I feel real alert. I was able to go through all our grades last night from our previous scrimmage. Paul brought them up to me, and so I was able to go through everything last night. Helped with the practice schedule with him in my I was going to say my hotel room, but at the hospital. And so I feel great.
Medications, Coach? Any medications?
Yeah, they have you on some pain medication.
So you watch film in the hospital?
No, we went through the practice schedule. Yeah, we went through the practice schedule.
Last question.
What would you say to any motorcycle enthusiast if they had were in the same predicament that you were in and going around that curve?
Yeah, I think you just, you really have to know what you're doing, know the weight of the bike, and I thought I did. Obviously made a mistake when I was driving, and I will wear a helmet from now on.
Were you going too fast, Coach? Were you, was there wind? Was there an issue that caused you to crash?
Yeah, I was not. I didn't feel like I was speeding. I felt like I was going the same speed that I did when I maneuvered through those turns, going that way. There was last thing I remember is looking up at the sun, saying, "Oh, I'm going to have the sun in my eyes the whole way back." And then there was a gust of wind that came up. Whether that did it, I don't know.
Were you given a blood alcohol test when you went to the
I was given blood tests, but I absolutely had nothing to drink. I spent the day at the lake with my wife working. She works me hard when I'm up there, but I absolutely had no alcohol in my system.
Okay, guys, time for practice?
All right, thank you.